está mi gente por ahí? ¿Qué hacen? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? Les hablo desde Nueva York. Mi nombre es Juliana. Como siempre, de vez en cuando estoy por acá saludándolos. Así que no sé cuántos de ustedes van a estar conmigo esta tarde, pero podemos a ver si alguien llega y podemos platicar, hablar de cualquier cosa que ustedes quieran y podemos entablar una conversación social. No tengo nada que enseñarles, por lo menos, pero sí podemos hablar de cualquier cosa. Hay tantos tópicos que podemos hablar, momentos de cualquier cosa que a ustedes se les ponga en la cabeza. Me pueden escribir y decirme qué quieren que podamos conversar de cualquier cosa. Tantas cosas que están pasando por ahora, ¿no? Ah, tenemos enfrente tantos problemas económicos, problemas sociales, violencia. ¿Qué es lo que nos está pasando alrededor de nosotros? Siempre hay algo en constante que se está moviendo, dinámico. Si no es el vecino que se está mudando, que hace tal vez 20 años que vive en la comunidad y de repente le dice a usted que se tiene que ir, que tiene que mudarse porque tal vez los impuestos de la comunidad es muy caro y pues ya tal vez los niños ya están en el colegio y entonces solo quedan los dos, la pareja sola y ya los gastos no pueden ser evaluados y entonces es carísimo a veces estar en una comunidad que los impuestos son muy caros, ¿no? Y entonces eso pasa. Y a veces eso le da tristeza a uno, ¿no? Ah, Así que what I'm saying is that in life, there's so many, right around, under our noses, there's so many things happening. You know, there's violence, there's always somebody passing away, someone that you know. So there's always something going on. Hello, everybody. Here I am. I'm talking Spanish at the same time. Hola, ¿cómo está todo el mundo por ahí? Hablando español aquí, tratando de, ¿cómo se llama? De hablar, que alguien que venga a decir hola. Pues estoy diciendo que hay tantas cosas que están pasando en este mundo, ¿no? Alrededor de nosotros. Siempre alguien está muriendo, siempre algo que siempre mal está pasando, ¿no? Así que pues siempre hay algo que nos está ocurriendo a nosotros los humanos. Si no es la violencia, es algo siempre inoportuno. Así que, hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué hay de nuevo? Aquí hablando, I'm talking Spanish at the same time. How are you? How you doing? Hi, Akumabula. Hi, ma'am, how are you? What outfit? Oh, my outfit. Look at me. Look at me. I'm in my, I'm in my backyard. Yeah, I figured I'll come out and say, talk about anything. I was talking Spanish. Any of you, any Spanish speaking in the group? Uh, Crystal, how are you, Crystal? What's going on? Stand up. Okay, here I am. Ta-da! Ta-da! There you go. No, not really. So anyway, I was talking about so many bad things going around, man. There's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of shit going on. You know, violence, killing. People are moving from, your neighbors are moving. There is always politically, there's always something going on. Um, there's always bad things going on. If it's not the neighbor that got robbed. Anyway, so what are you guys doing? Are you still with me? It's hard to get people, man. There's always, when you go live, it's not easy. Some people don't want to talk much and they find it boring, maybe, what you're talking about. It's just like it's a social live, want to say hello, how is everybody's doing, what's occurring, any current events you want to talk about. there's always something interesting to talk about, especially with people around the world. They have so many things, nice things to say. So it is very interesting to talk to people. Um, J- Jaya Kumar, you leaving? You leaving me already? You just got here. You leaving me? Jaya Kumar Bula, where are you from? Where are you right at this moment? Where are you from? Where are you standing at this time? So yes, I was saying, it's nice to talk. It is nice to get Germany. Hi, nice. This is New York over here. New York, the weather is, nice and cool. It's in the 70s, but tomorrow they say it's going to be very cold. It's going to be in the 50s, so we enter in fall already. So it's interesting to talk to people. I find it very amusing to speak with people that have different ideas. We it's a small world. Interestingly, it's a small world, and with this little gadget that I have in my hands, I'm able to hold somebody's interest around the world to talk about anything. My life is okay. I'm a nurse. I just retired a couple of days. Oh, there's a plane going on. You see it? And I live out northeast. So anyway, yes, it's interesting. It's nice to talk. It's very interesting to talk to people. I was always misinterpreted as a Filipino throughout my whole life, or Chinese. When I was in college, people would tell me, whenever I spoke Spanish or English, they would say, "Oh, I thought you were Filipino." Oh, muchas gracias, mijita. Ulises Abarca. Ay, gracias por tus saludos. Qué bueno. Me imagino que la cosa más linda hablar con gente, ¿no? Hablar con gente intercambiar ideas, platicar socialmente en buenos términos, como sea, educadamente, respetando o también al mismo tiempo, ¿no es cierto? Que es algo muy, muy lindo que muchas personas de diferentes países puedan comunicarse y cambiar de ideas, ¿no? Es la cosa más linda que yo encuentro a cualquier edad. O sea que pues yo encuentro que hacer lives o hacer, en presente, este, estos en estos, ¿cómo se llama? Tecnología. Es algo interesante porque antes, antes uno jugaba, years ago, you used to play, you used to thread a cord in two empty cans and play with your friends, and he would go at the other end, and you be able to communicate with him, and then walkie-talkies came around, and and then phones, the telephones where they would ring, they would have like at my house, my rings, my telephone sound was like one short ring and one long ring, and we would know that that was my for my house. So if it was not a short and a long ring, you wouldn't pick up the phone. Isn't that interesting? I don't know if you guys know any of that, but I'm old enough to let you know that years ago, when we had phones, that's how it was. A short ring and a long ring was meant for your house. And if you had like two rings or three rings, you wouldn't pick up the phone. But when a short ring and a long ring on the phone came out, you would pick up and say, "Oh, it would be for you, for ourselves." And the technology came so far, like people wouldn't know any of that about the telephones. And then we had the walkie-talkies. The walkie-talkies was a big thing, It was a great thing to play with. You would have a walkie-talkie, although, not all the kids have walkie-talkies, but it was very interesting. So sharing that with you guys, whoever's listening, I don't know if you guys know any of that. Walkie-talkies and telephone, the black phones, and now we have these little things that we are able to communicate in an instant, in a matter of seconds, minutes. We are able to communicate with people around the world. Like I just spoke to somebody from Germany and Argentina and the Philippines. I mean, it's fantastic. Who does that? You know, in what world? I mean, in what other world do you have something like this happening? You know, that you got, and you know, and then, and not only that, you're able to communicate outside of this world with so many people. And you know, sometimes you have people that will talk to you and they will type something nasty, but you know, if you don't pay attention to that, but if you, I think that if respectfully, if you come to this live and somebody wants to listen, you know, it will be. Let me have to put my reading glasses. What do you say? Can we see your shoes? My shoes. Okay, there you go. I'll show you. How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Now. That's terrible that you cannot hear me. Antonio, can you hear me? Oh, okay. Sorry. I guess my mic was off. Anyway, I was just saying that it's very interesting that making, you know, in a matter of instance with this technology, you can communicate with people around the world in a matter of seconds, and you can, you know, interchange ideas, thoughts, feelings with anybody, respectfully, of course. You know, it's a very interesting phenomena. I mean, years ago, you would play a, you know, where are you located, Antonio? I'm in New York. You know, it's amazing that, like, I going back to saying that it's amazing how to, you know, you can talk to people in Germany, Argentina, Puerto Rico, South America. It is crazy. It's crazy. It's just an amazing thing, you know, and you can, you know, share feelings, share ideas. I'm a nurse. I just retired not that long ago, and for 30 years I served my community, and you know, I restored a lot of patients back to health. It was my privilege and honor to do that, and you know, and I'm retired. I retired, you know, not that long ago, and it feels it's a bittersweet to you know, to have left the you know, that phase of my life behind, and to start a new phase in life, you know. But eh, it's it's the way life is, you know. And you have to leave ample space for someone else to come in and do the rest of whatever we started or almost ended. So it's always somebody to pick up the shovel and do what we did. So in my nursing career, there's other new people that will take up and continue to lead on the good job that I started. So yes, it's very cool, very amazing, and like out of this world to be able to talk to people around the world about anything. You know, it's you guys can can type anything, and ask anything, and there goes my ignition. Hey, almost time.
Yeah, 6:30. You want to come in?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, 6:30.
All right, okay. Yes, that was my husband at 6:30. He's giving me up to 6:30. Antonio, yes, Antonio, New Jersey. I hardly been to New Jersey. Uh, cross, crossing, New Jersey is like too much traffic. You know, too much traffic, and it's hard. It takes like about an hour. It takes about an hour to go into the underpass. It's very so I much younger. I did go to New Jersey, but New Jersey, it's nice. New Jersey's beautiful. So yes, going back to saying that this is an amazing thing to be able to talk to people, to share ideas, share thoughts, talk about what's going on around the world nowadays politically. They want to make you Christian. You just one religion nowadays. They want to impose the Christianity in school. I don't know. These are things that maybe you want to talk about, or you want to talk about other things. Your day, therapeutically, somebody on the other end of this gadget can make you feel, better after hard days. If you're a doctor, or if you're a nurse, or if you're in construction, and then somebody treated you bad, um, you can vent off. So yes, this believe it or not, people nowadays, they cannot stop with their phones. The technology is something that we cannot we don't let go. we you socially, you talking, and everybody's with their head down. They say that when even when you die, God is waiting at the door in heaven, and the whole line is looking down with a little light. What do you think they're doing? They're looking at the phones. This is what they say. I don't know if it's true. Even when you go to the other side, you're still looking at the phone, and the light is shining on you. Everybody online waiting to enter the gate of St. Peter's. You know what that is, right? For those waiting to get to the gate of St. Peter's. We all eventually, we're not immortal. Human beings are not immortal. The time will come that, right, Antonio? The time will come. I had a little bit of thought. The time will come when we have to leave this world. It's not, inevitable, inevitably, that a time will come that we will depart this world, and you don't take anything. You don't take anything, Antonio. When you leave this world, you don't take nothing. You came in and you go empty-handed. Nothing in your pockets, just empty. And so whatever you built on this lovely earth, it's you don't take it with you. You do not take anything with you. So a lot of people don't even think about death. A lot of people don't know. But as a nurse, I know that we're not here forever. Death is imminent, and we do die. We do go. We do leave this earth, and it's a fact. It's a fact. I don't know if anybody discusses in the family this. You know, I mean, it's not an easy topic at all to discuss death. You know, in your family. But I guess if you are married, it's something that, or a couple of parents, that's something that be discussed. You know what I mean? So at the end, you know what you're gonna do, what the kids are gonna do or expected to do with their parents if they have to go to the hospital. They find themselves with a decision. So it's very important, really, to know, even with your parents, to know, to find out what would they like to, what would they like to, what is their will, if that time comes when they are. Sometimes, it happens. Sometimes unexpectedly, somebody in the house, and the elderly especially, complains of a very bad pain in the left or right side of your abdomen, and all of a sudden, they cannot, they can't, they choked. A lot of things we have to prepare for things that do happen in at home. So soon it's 6:08.
Talking to one person?
Hmm?
Talking to one person?
No, just two people.
There's only two people on there, one person.
No, there were 10. There's four. It comes up. You're gonna tell. Anyway,
They're not talking back. It's just whatever.
they're writing. That's my husband. My husband has my sorry, talking about death. I guess he must have checked the viewers, and he's like, "What topic are you talking about?" He was a little bit eerie. Anyway, because he doesn't know really what's going on. So anyway, going back to death, right? Talking about death, that we're not mortal in this world. We do eventually go elsewhere. We don't know really what happens, after that. What does really happen? What happens when we part this world, depart? That's something that people should read about it. Or is it something that, do we know, or it's not? Is it a secret? I mean, when we die, where do we go? You know, do we really, does our spirit exhumes out of our body and we go somewhere? I don't know, the universe is so vast, correct? Who knows? Who knows what happens? Anyway, that's a conversation that we should have. We should have some other time. Um, we should really find out about what happens when we die. Does anybody know what really happens to our body, to our soul? We all have a soul. It's just something that nobody knows really. You'll find out when that time comes. So going back to when you have parents, said something happens to them, unexpectedly, you'll be interested to find out how would they like to be on what's their will, what was it that they would like to be done in case something happens and they end up in the hospital. The first thing they ask you, what's your, do you have a will? Do you have a will of what, that's the first thing that will happen. And so I'm pretty sure you want to do the most dignity part for your parents, if that ever happens, or for anybody in the family. So anyway, very interesting. What else can we do? That we can leave that. We can leave that topic for another day. It is a very long topic. Death. Death is not an easy subject, and nobody likes to discuss it anyway either. I'm one. Interestingly enough, here I am talking about it, but sometimes my husband will want to bring that up. Death. What would I like to be? I like to be cremated. You know, I don't think. I don't think I would like to be put in a coffin, and I don't think that feels good to do. But it's something that everybody would have to really think about it. So I will believe that it's something that has to be respected, and you know, like I said, nobody likes to touch this subject or this topic. People are very afraid. They don't have I guess, especially if you're not in the medical field, I guess you don't like to talk about it. You don't like to talk about death, you know, and death is around us, violent, you can go, not recently, I think it was in the news, in Michigan, I think it was, people were in the church, and this guy just came in and a gunman just shot, I think there were 4 people dead. Could you imagine? And these are people that probably never even thought about it, about death. They just went to pray uh, on a Sunday, and it was not unexpected. This happened to them. Got killed, got shot. So whether we're prepared or not, this tragic happened. It's about some. It's not the first time where some violent person rams into a church and kills. That has happened in many occasions around the United States. In synagogues, it has happened where they have come in and an individual had just gone in and killed cold blood, killed people praying in a synagogue, on a place of God where we go and pray, after a long week of working hard, religiously people do, and go to church. Not everybody goes to church or wherever temple they design, or their own religions take them to, to pray, where they feel that God is with them. And here you are, not knowing what's going to happen to you. And we end up after a long week, we go to serve, to pray, and to just to have a 1 hour of comfort with God, because that's where, that's a house, a sacred house. A church is a sacred house where we go, and where you go and feel comfortable, and you are in trance to, in touch with God, or the spirit of whichever God you believe in. And all of a sudden, you're unaware, all of a sudden you hear shots being fired around, and you get hit and get killed. So that's something that is a reality that is going on in our world right now, and it's just happening. Things are just going out of hands with this killing, where they go and kill, they attack. The same thing happens to schools, schools get, where children are learning. Uh, you heard on the news many times that this is happening, where a gunman just storms in and kills young um, innocent people, young kids. And not only, and that doesn't end up there, because then, parents and families are devastated with these laws. So yes, it would be nice to just die peacefully than to die this way, and it's a heart-wrenching when stuff like that happens in our world. But there is a lot of bad stuff happening or going on around. Violence is just unstoppable right now in our society. It's not a nice thing that is going on. So anyway, there's a very very long and hard issue to talk about. But it's nice to discuss this type of things with the viewers, people around the world. So anyway, it's time for me to go, and I will, I will thank you for your company, and thank everybody that stayed with me till the end, and I wish you a nice day, and we'll see you again till our next time. So thank you very much, and I'll see you again.